So Jonas, what's good, LeBron? Good steak. We took one day low. Yeah, damn, I was aiming for that too. I'll cover bias, man. Come on, man. How you gonna join right away and say bias, bias, bias? Bro, bias is 9:25. All right. You took the same PM trade yesterday. Nice, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna keep trading PM as well. Good trends. Good mints. Adam, SDK, Rafe, guys. What's up, brother? Manny. Just live number 29, bro. Morning champ. How's things on your side? Everything's good, bro. It's good, Ryan. Things could be better, to be honest. Been having back pain recently. It's really annoying. I know I have a disc bulge, and I kind of just live with it, but like it kind of just came back recently. Not like the pain came back recently, so I'm trying to go back to what I know could potentially help. And I'm also trying to get my cardio up. You guys in the Discord, you probably heard me say I'm trying to get my cardio up so I can play ball properly. Did What's your bias, bro? Bias is not in 10 minutes. I don't do bias right at the beginning. I wait for people to join up. Let's go, Johanna. Good morning, brother. I would sit out today. I mean, you can sit out. I'm not gonna sit out, but if you are to sit out, bro. Nothing wrong with that. What's good, Philip? What's good, Ollie? Pretty sideways day so far. 250 to 500. No, I say 500 is probably the max though. If you're gonna do more than 500, in my opinion, you might as well just full port. We'll cover bias, guys. 925. Cover bias in 925. No one's interested in Bitcoin mining, bro. Oh, speaking of, I gotta do my daily outlook. So we took the PM session model trade again yesterday. It played out. I'm gonna take it again today. See what happens. Just setting up my daily outlook. We don't have any other news. Just random yellow folders. How was PM yesterday? It was good. We hit TP in like one or 2 minutes. One trade, 1 hour. Uh, you have a YouTube of your PM set? No, there's no YouTube video. The only time I've ever explained it is on live stream. I'll do it again today on live stream at some point when I feel like the majority of the people who don't put in work are gone. I'll maybe eventually make a video on it. I mean, it's not complicated. For those who already know how I trade, they should know exactly what it is when I say silver bullet protraction model. Um, What time is it? 9:18. We'll cover buys, guys. Don't worry. Just writing out my daily outlook, guys, and then I'll cover buys for you guys too. We're at 4 hours here. 1 hour, 30, 45, 2 hour. Yeah, it's 2 hour. All right, I'll give you guys the daily outlook. And then we can get started. Okay. Let's go Kispe. Let's go to Islam. Let's go Jeff. Bias. We'll cover bias. 10. We'll cover bias. Don't worry. What's good, Dre? Milan. What's up, brother? Looking for bias. We'll cover bias. I like that. I'm gonna 15. Sure. Yo, YouTube model. Nope, not yet. Do you speak Arabic? Yes. We like the bullish forward gap twice now. Nice. Liquidity sheep. We need to break down the woman and lows, inverse woman, and then turn the retest. Sure, bro. Hey, Daddy. I asked you a question. I said I don't know if you replied to me or does it only work with highs and lows or P rates also, for example? It doesn't work with the PD race, but the thing is, if you see like a fair value gap, that is an SMT because it's just a fair value gap. The low of it or the high of it is a higher low on a lower time frame. So yes, it does work with PD race because well, every PD ray has some form of high or low, right? You watch anime? I have seen quite a bit. But Robert was because yeah. What do you look for the protraction model? I look for a protected lower high, retracement into that leg, into some sort of fair value gap or a short-term lower high. And I take the order block or the inversion out of it. What's defined using OB? There's so many different ways. It's not true. It's just people are teaching it wrong because they didn't watch ICT stuff correctly or properly. Top 3? I think number 1 has got to be Naruto. Number 2. Number 2. Maybe Hunter x Hunter. And then number 3, Demon Slayer. Do you think that those are draw trades? If we're bearish, then yeah. Relative equals for daily bitch looking suspect down there. Possible. If you chart on MNQ, to use MES or ES for SMT? I always use. I don't chart on MNQ, but I would use MES. Just use MES. You should be fine. Naruto's just so good, bro. We saw your twin hooping yesterday. Bro, I was hooping yesterday, and honestly, I played pretty good, but my cardio kind of gave out. Do you take any trade PM? I took a trade in the PM yesterday. Yes, we hit TP again. You watched Pacers and OKC yesterday? I did. I only watched the second half. Bro, I checked it when it was news, but I didn't know they were gonna breach my account. Yeah, you messed up. Now you know. 5 minutes left. Yeah. So buys for today. Guys, I don't think you guys realize when I trade PM session, I'm doing it on my phone. Like I was trading in the mall, pretty much. I was doing it in the mall, you know. Um, I can't really go live. Like I'm not trying to stay on my computer and trade PM session and I'm watching it and the trade is gonna be like 1 or 2 minutes. Like it's usually like a 5 minute trade max. 9 out of 10 times, like 5 minutes if it's not choppy. So there's really no point in me staying on my computer. I'd rather just go to the gym, get stuff done, and trade it on my phone. Why can't you use Apex in South Africa? They probably just they don't allow that country. What makes a high lower protected? If it manipulates below opening price into a key level and gives a CISD. If you trade news and it's against the rules of straight up warning, do they straight up close the account? I think if you trade news and you make money, like for example, if you do it with Alpha Future Standard, and they have like a specific rule with which is like if it's 2 minutes, if you can trade news with Alpha Futures, but you can't exit or enter any trades within 2 minutes of that news. So you have to like hold it through, right? If you do that and you win a trade, they'll simply just like remove the profits from that trade and will give you the drawdown back. So it's just like it never happened. Should I make a video on how you trade PM session? Yeah, I've been getting that request a lot. But I feel like for the people who really want to know, they know now because, well, I told them in the Discord. I tell them in the Discord, they pay attention, or I tell them on live stream in the middle of the live stream when everyone doesn't expect it. I'll just simply go over it really quickly. And, people were taking that trade, man. You guys don't believe me? People were taking the trades, man. Exact same ones. People were taking the trades. We got this guy. I don't want to show the name. I'll just show this. This guy took the trade. And there were some others. Oh, look, everyone's in the. Everyone's sharing the Discord. Cool. All right, let's cover buys, guys. Let's cover buys. Silver bullet, and I use protraction to enter. Yes. Let's talk about buys. So, originally I was looking for Monday's low. We did reach that liquidity level. We reached that liquidity level. What's it called? Like overnight. I'm looking at this inversion fair value gap. If we're bullish, we should respect it. So I don't really want to see us come any lower than this, to be honest. That's one. Two, going intraday, we do have manipulation below midnight opening price. We got the CISD above. I'll show the CISD the 30-minute. I think it's a little bit cleaner. There you can see it. Very clean, obvious 30-minute CISD. After taking it Monday's low twice. And we don't really have any clean objectives higher besides this high from Wednesday. So I don't know if we're going to get to previous day's high. We'll mark out previous day's high. That's like a best case scenario. We also could stay quite range bound. I mean, if you look at Asia, obviously London, and then New York pre-market, everything sideways. I like this 15-minute bullish for value gap. Could potentially offer higher prices. If I start seeing really bearish order flow, we start disrespecting like 50% here, and then maybe we can look for those equal lows, and then even a reversal after it. So I'm leaning towards longs until it proves to me otherwise. The reason I'm leaning towards longs is, like I said, we're inside that daily inversion fair value gap. I want to see it be respected if we're going to continue higher. Once we if we get below this and start closing below, then okay, I'm looking at objectives like here and maybe something down here as like potentially, but for now, no. For now, I'm still bullish. All we did was take out Monday's low, and since then we got a CISD on the 30-minute time frame below midnight opening. So characteristics of higher prices. Right now, we were simply engineering liquidity higher, so it makes sense that we can see it move lower. And I want to see it get below midnight, below 8:30. Maybe trade into this volume imbalance. Any part in this wick is fine as well. Even the low, even if we get to the low, it doesn't invalidate the trade to me. But then I would just have to wait for a reversal, right? And that's all. Other than that, yeah, the 15-minute breaker is there. The fair value gap. It gets a unicorn setup. I'll mark out the 15-minute bullish, and I think that's good. That's pretty much all I wanted to cover. So we'll mark out that bullish fair value gap. I'll make it a little bit more faint. Probably trade 2 or 3 minis today on this account. Seems we won't scale. And yeah, hopefully that makes sense. You made 87K? Nice, bro. We also have an S&P at the lows. Nice, didn't even know. 15-minute S&P with ES. Nice. Friday doesn't have a bottom wick. You think that's liquidity? Yep, I have that marked out right here. If, like I said, if we start getting below Monday's low and trading below it, that's where I'm looking. But for now, we're still looking for longs. We manipulated below midnight. We got the CISD. We're inside the daily inversion fair value gap, which we're expecting to hold since it inversed. And it's as simple as that. Simple as that. So, remove the. So trading into that 15-minute bullish, immediately trading higher. Now we could actually look for a classic model here, perhaps, if we get a sweep. You guys know the drill, though. I'm gonna minimize chat. I will quickly say, guys, there's 3 more days to enter the giveaway. 3 more days to enter the giveaway. If you want a chance to win a PC, chair, or monitor, or sorry, not or, all of them. If you want a chance to win this whole setup, if you use my code, just send me a Discord message, and I'll add you. If you use my code on any Alpha Futures account or reset, that works too. So just let me know if you did. I'll enter in the giveaway. There's only 3 more days to enter, and I'm not accepting anyone after. How's the stock market looking? Not bad. Cool. Okay, so I'm looking at this high. This would meet criteria for ICT's new fair value gap, being that we opened under the liquidity pool in RTH. So if we do get a fair value gap here, technically you could use it as first presentation on ICT's new criteria. But I'll probably just mark out the next one as well. There we take out the high. If we inverse here, I'm going to go short, targeting 830 opening price. Classic model. The indicator is called ICT kill zones and pivots. All right, time. It's time to minimize chat, and it's time to lock in. I'm going to open up my calculator and make sure I can calculate risk as quickly as possible. And we've been trading really good. We've been managing risk really good. That's all I want to do today, manage my risk. Well, let me see what happens. We have an S&T here. Got those highs. ES already gave us CISD, so I mean, we could even aggressively short this on NQ like this, but I mean, there's no point in being aggressive. Keep taking higher probability trades. Yeah. If we had inverse this, I would be going short right now, but might actually execute this. This candle turns over towards like 50%. I might take this as a classic model. Let me turn over. Yeah, so if we had gotten to 50% there, I likely would have taken that short classic model because ES already gave the CISD. And if it does it again, then we start wicking. For those of you that are saying this is not first presentation, you haven't watched ICT's new criteria. There's a very specific scenario where the 930 candle can put in the first presentative fair value gap. Like I said, I'm still going to mark out both. And this I would have to aggressively wick. If we close above this red line, I wouldn't even consider it anymore. Still wait for the high. If you haven't seen this new video, that's probably why you're confused. I still use both. It doesn't matter what you want to mark this. Yeah, I mean, the way to view it. No, I did include the volume bounce. Oh, if we get to 50% here, I'm going to execute short. Anyway, I'm not trying to reach out, but I do have to click record if the trade forms. Nah, it's too choppy now. Yeah, I want to get in this short. ES gave a CISD. YM doing. Oh, YM is more than going lower. We have NQ sideways, or ES down, NQ sideways, and YM is dumping. YM is the third indice. I don't think we can take this. It's not a high probability short, guys. Just gonna opt out of this one. I don't really care anymore. Unless we get a protraction. It's too they're too out of sync. Like YM is already at 830 open. NQ is like not really cleanly inversing this fair value gap. ES trading into midnight opening price. That's where I want to long from, right? So let's just wait and see. I think we can get a lower low at least, but I guess we'll just see. So I'm just waiting. Probably have to wait for the macro here. I'll wait for 945 going into the macro. What we should do is we're gonna get 75% of that inversion. I mean, I don't want a long high of day, but technically this meets my model's criteria. 930 come out, took this low. Retracement to fair value gap, that's an order block. So like hypothetically, if I wanted to, I could enter this trade like this. The thing is, there's not really a target unless there's something really clear, higher time frame. Maybe those equal highs. Maybe that 15-minute CIBI, RTH. Like previous PM session high there, pretty much. No, previous PM session highs all the way up there. I don't know. I really don't want to buy high of day unless I have a very obvious and drawn liquidity. And besides these equal highs, I don't see anything too obvious. These equal highs and this fair value gap and premium. So we'll just see. If we get into this fair value gap, start trading higher, then we can look for it. Negative one's right there. So if we start like wicking this fair value gap, maybe we can get something like that. I don't know. I wouldn't limit order it, but well, I am showing signs of reversal too. So let's just see if we can trade into it. I wouldn't take it from up there. The breakaway, it's fine. I don't really care because we're at high of day. I'm very picky when it comes to taking setups forming at high of day. There's the fair value gap. And ES still has this high, so like we have potential to move higher. So I'll see. I'm gonna hover the buy button here, see what happens. We can get the 15-second. We get into OTE there. Mm-hmm. 15-second bearish fair value gap. Tapped in. Hasn't inversed yet. Being patient on the order. I'm watching the 15-second. 30-second. We do have a 2-minute fair value gap down there, so we can even take out this low. That's your 2-minute. I'm just being a little patient. 2-minute OB, 2-minute fair value gap. If we sweep this low and move higher, like that would be best. That's the best case scenario in my opinion. We're already inside that OB. Pretty heavy right now, but I don't know. You can already see how choppy it is. I mean, if we even close above this high, I mean, I could take the trade like this. I'm actually quite open to that. I think that's a little bit easier than. I'll probably de-risk on a trade like this though. ES is almost at the high now. It's really hard to find a high probability trade at a high of day. It really is. Like ES is reaching high of day now. We're in premium. I have objectives, but I can't take this trade. It's way too low probability. It's just way too low probability. I'll opt out. we were to maybe take out this low and then get an OB, then I would take it. But it's not even close to A plus for me. High of day, ES, taking out its high. Which if I'm wrong, I'm not even gonna get to manage my risk on this trade because it'll literally start failing within like 1 or 2 minutes. That's what I don't like about trades like that. I want to take trades that will allow me to reduce my risk at least. If I'm gonna take a full loss, I want it to be on an A plus trade. A trade like this, when ES is about to take the high of day, and we could potentially break down from there, how am I going to reduce my risk on that trade? Right? There's no way. We can tape read it. This is a protraction model. We can tape read. That would be your trade. I don't know how you'd manage your risk. You really can't manage your risk. The only way you can manage your risk is if you just de-risked. I'd rather just wait for the macro. I hope this fails. Just to, if this fails, like I'll feel good, Like I feel good that I didn't take it. It's still a 2 minute bullish, so like I said, I wouldn't mind taking it from here because I feel like that's a little bit higher probability because we have more structure to work with. ES technically left like perfect equal highs, so if we enter the 2 and we sweep this low and then break above higher yet again, to me that's a little bit more bullish than simply just that. So guys, if one more person said this is the incorrect first presentation, no, it's not. You just didn't watch ICT's most recent video on first presentation. It literally says first presentation new ICT criteria. I can't make it any more obvious. This is actually a CISD. Some would argue shorts right here, but I wouldn't. We're really not going to take this low. What I want to see, this is what I want to see. I want to see us break down, take this low, get a CISD. That would be A plus. Like I said, guys, if you're asking questions on why this is first presentation, it's because you haven't watched the most recent video on ICT explaining on the specific criteria for when this 930 candle is first presentation. That's all it is. I'm not going to sit here and teach it now. I have to focus on trading. But we can talk about it after. I'm looking at the body here. No, I know buy hazards because I was hovering the click record button. You can't help it. The record button is right next to the chat. I don't have a choice. Anyways, right now I don't need it. I was gonna long this, but now there's no way. Well, not no way. It would have to probably come back into the 2. Take out that short-term low. Still a little bit skeptical about this. Gonna be patient here. We're going into the macro. What if an S&P at the highs right now, but ES can still go through. Close above the body there. The reason I'm skeptical about this is because we put in a CISD and we didn't take out the low. I feel like this is just going sideways. YM might be getting the most beautiful protraction model ever right now. There's the high on yes. Remember, RTPs were here and here, so we'll see if you get to reach or not. We'll just see if it gets reached. $9.50 macro. Watching how we trade at that level for yes. I want to see do we get a CISD because honestly, I think that would be very valid. Target this low. Not necessarily a full reversal, but at least the low here. Deep. We're in deep premium now. We just took out the buy side on yes. I don't think we've done enough work lower. But I guess we'll find out. What would the risk on a trade like this be? 27 times 2. 40. We'll have to switch to the micro. Oh, we have. Did we not take that out on NQ? Oh no, we didn't. But we'll just chart here and then swap over when it's time. We'll just do it like this. And we'll swap over. We'll chart here, swap over here. Okay. So putting in an SMT right there. I wonder if that's gonna hold when we break down. We'll see. Not the easiest market. Yeah, I want to remind you guys, if you guys don't message me that you use my code, I can't enter you in the giveaway because I don't know who you are. So make sure you do message me. Because I know some of you are using my code because I can see it, but I'm not getting the messages. All right, we probably might execute short here. Yes, taking out the high, breaking down. See if YM gives an inversion here. I'd be curious because that would be a protraction on YM. Not the cleanest, but it's there. Now let me. Well, that's just. Why they gotta go so far, man? Relax. Relax. Where's the macro marker? Risk reward is not good enough. If it doesn't retrace, I can't really take the trade there. If I'm looking at this as a target, like it should be able to cover, like let's say something like this. Not bad. We'll watch how this next candle trades, and then we'll see. Being patient on the next candle's entry. You know, I feel like today marking out the breaker. That's what I feel like marking out today. We're gonna put in a bearish for value up here. Might as well wait for it to get traded into. We'll see if it stays open or not. The reason I'm being extra patient here is because I mean was originally bullish. Just I want to see lower so I could potentially frame a high probability long. If I was bearish, I'd be in this trade right now. If I was like cleanly bearish, I'm expecting this, this, and that. I'm already in this trade. No thought about it. But I'm not cleanly bearish, to be honest, right? I was leaning towards longs. I was liking highs like here. If I'm not mistaken, this is high of day right now, right? Yeah. So in fact, if this was to inverse, I mean that could actually be a criteria for a long. Although stop loss placement would be kind of difficult. It would look something like this. We'd have to just partial happen hope. We have an S&T there. Yes, trading lower. We're just gonna have to wait, man. I'm not comfortable taking the short against my original idea yet. I can't just take it because we got a CISD after the buy side. That's not good enough for me. The only level that I think can get taken easily is this low. Everything else is extreme, possibly. So we'll just see. You know, you could take a trade like this. Like I personally rather just wait. I'm not just gonna take the short because the model formed. I was leaning towards longs. I really like this 15 here. If we get the inversion here, I'm in this. No hesitation at that. But if it wants to break lower, like if we get below here or here, we'll just wait for a CIC. It's all good. I'm supposed to be charting here. Wait, I'm confused. They couldn't put us 10 a.m. open. That bearish value gap. We get a protraction model here, that's a lot higher probability. A lot easier to trust a protraction. And the risk reward would be better too. But we'll see this inverses. Liking the way it's coming up right now. Liking the way it's coming up. -1 aligned right there. We didn't really get much below 10 a.m., but don't really care. And an SMT. We have an SMT right here. Right here. Could start breaking. I just gotta be patient here because it's not really clear. I don't know where it's gonna go next, to be honest. I'm just gonna wait and see what happens with this fair value gap. Do we get the order block or do we get the inversion? You know, I'm leaning towards the inversion because, like I said, I'm leaning towards longs, but could be wrong. What's the risk to reward on a trade like this? Stop loss would be closure below this body. So even that's 2R if we put it all the way above. If we put it at the body, we can get maybe even 3R, which I think should cover. See if we get the inversion here. ES gave the inversion. Nasdaq should inverse too, though. What was the risk on this trade again? I forgot. 25. I mean, we'll call it here. I think that's a good middle ground. Closure below the body was what would be the true definitive stop point. I'm just watching these candles. We can come below 10 a.m. I don't mind. We can even take out this low or this low and still don't mind. The model has not formed yet, by the way, on either asset. This does not count as an order block. I didn't take out the low. Oh, I am making higher highs. This 10 a.m. This is 10 a.m. open. We get another short-term move below. If we close below here, that's a bearish order block. Looks like we just had the wrong idea. And that's okay. I wasn't really bearish, so I'm probably still not gonna. I'm still not gonna switch my buys. I'm just gonna wait for it to see. I'm gonna wait for it to show me higher. Otherwise, no trade for me. We can get closure above here. We just put in an SMT. We can get closure above there. We don't even need. I don't even need a CISD. I could just take the inversion if there's one that forms here, because we just took out a short-term low. This low still intact. It's only if we take out this low do I require a CISD to trade this. So we'll see if we put a fair value gap here and get the inversion. I like the way this formed a lot more. If we get a nice inversion here, I like that. I like that a lot more. Hopefully it doesn't go too far. Because now we have an S&T. We're on below 10 a.m. open. This low stayed intact. Got back to first presentation, stayed above. This should be a way higher probability long than the one that I didn't take and failed. Pretty significant wick there. Notice how it's not going above the body, failing to do it, failing to CISD. Staying pretty bearish on NQ. Although ES is still a little bit higher, but NQ staying pretty bearish. That's fine, right? It's not like we pushed the button and lost. There's nothing wrong with being just waiting. So respecting that fair value gap. Even that's 2.5. That'll be pretty good. Standard deviations on a trade like this. Not bad. If we get the inversion, I will execute. Oh, I'm gonna get slipped on that entry, aren't I? Yeah, of course I got slipped. I'm gonna turn off the P&L. Yeah, we got slipped. Whoa. What was that? That was strong. I mean, for now, we're just gonna put a TP here and see what happens. Oh my. What's going on? Looking like we made the market just now. Like almost up 2R already. Wasn't a news candle or anything. Take off 10 here at my green level. I clicked sell, bro. Did it go through? What is this? I think we just go. I'm just gonna go break even here, to be honest. I'm gonna go break even and hold to TP. That's how I want to manage this. I don't like how aggressive that candle was. And if it wants to be really bullish, it should just, you know. So I'm just gonna sit break even and see what happens. I tried to partial there, but it didn't go through. And I didn't get the best fill. Was another reason I'm going break even. I got spread up. That candle just went so fast. And break even's not bad. Break even. I mean, if we put in a bullish fair value gap here, we're covering 50%, right? So it's fine. These highs are city. Feeling like 18 up here. Put the stop right here. Just to cover the low. The low sitting at 86175. Which I got a better fill on my alpha account, so. Oh no, I got a way worse fill on. Oh no, pretty much the same fill. But I'm just gonna cover that fair value gap. Managed to reduce my risk by 75%, 75% ish. I want the consolidation factor here. What I'm gonna do here, tell you what I'm gonna do. If we get a higher high here, I'm gonna partial 6. That way I can sit break even. Candle just beating up, so I'm not clicking the partial button yet. But if I can just partial 6. Not trailing my stop, we didn't put any protraction or anything. Partialing 3 there. Now I can sit break even on this trade. And I'm gonna partial, depending on how this candle trades, I'm gonna partial 6. Now I can just sit break even on this trade, and I don't have to really worry. Partialing specifically 6 contracts there. I made the market. I know the crazy entry. Not gonna lie, I wasn't expecting that volatility. But what can I say? 50%? Wick, closed above? It's too obvious, man. Guys, come on, too obvious, guys. Too obvious, guys. See, I can't leave runners on this account, really. Take a partial right here. The rest of this trade. This is an Apex account, so I really can't be too greedy with it. There's that. Record. Oh, taking out 1.5 R there. Still in the trade. Leave one runner, one measly contract to previous day's high on this account, but on what you're seeing right now, I'm not going to do that. But I will leave one. What's the point of leaving one? That'll cover a $500 extra from the entry. And from my TP, it's worth it to leave one. I think we're only giving up. It's like a 4R trade if I leave a runner to previous day's high. Pretty good trade so far. No protraction model again. You see, I haven't touched my stops because we haven't formed any protraction models. And in fact, if we get one here, I might actually, look for a little bit more here. But I'm ready to close at any given time. I'm watching this bullish fair value gap. We took out something at these highs. I don't see how far into premium we can go. See what chat's saying. I never said I could do this fast move. Yeah, that's good to know. If you didn't get it, I got not the worst fill considering how fast that candle was. You guys know the ones where you click buy and TradingView like freezes up. You don't even know if it's gonna go. I would leave runners at previous day's high here. I'm only gonna do so on my alpha account, like I said. I take another partial here. I don't like that just failed like that. What I get. So in terms of risk to reward, only about 1.7. I don't like that candle. I thought we should speed up. I want to see it slow down. And remember, I don't mind looking for a re-entry. I always trade the PM session too. So. My limit's here in case it spikes, but I'm ready to sell. No protraction models formed, which is another reason why I'm taking more aggressive partials because I can't move my stop. I mean, there's no really reason to put my stop unless we get closure above here, which would be a bullish order block. Then I can put my stop at this low, but I can't do that right now. It hasn't formed. I think I will 907. Put it at 907 there, and we'll just take a re-entry. If it comes up and hits a 5-minute bullish and we still have that level, I'll just take a 5-minute re-entry. So we're gonna retrace into a 5-minute fair value gap or something. Still have higher targets, previous state highs there. I don't mind looking for a re-entry. Ideally, we form this order block. And if we do, then my stop should cover that low. So I'm like kind of preemptively putting my stop where it's going to get trailed because I want to see it form. So just trying to manage my risk that way. And then worst case, we close around 1.7 R, 1.5 R. It's not a bad trade. Would have been better risk reward if we got the fill over here. Got a 9-point spread. I think we're about to get out of this trade. Where's my stop? 0.75. Oh, 0.25 away. Stop loss level. This is runners at this point, right? It's not a big deal. Did not get the order block there. We have fair value gap right under us on the 5, on the 4. So unless it's a breakaway gap and we just pump all the way up. Later again, CG no trade from you wasn't confident, but still waiting for forcing. Yeah, well done, Robert. Way done to not force it. I see what you said about TradeZella. I can't really help you too much with that. I would just send them an email. Why don't you talk to the robot? They have like an AI robot. I think we terminate the trade here unless this candle starts to flip. We'll only be giving back like a couple points, so it's not a big deal. Pass my paper, eval. Nice, bro. Gatie the goat of trading. I'm not a goat, bro. I'm just a regular guy trying to follow my model every day. That's all. We did get the closure there, so we'll see. When did I start trading? About 2 years ago. Amazing trade, instant speed. Yeah, volatility was there. Sent the email, but yeah, talk to the robot. The robot's really helpful. All right, we're getting into that level. I want to give back profits. Covering my sell. I'm just gonna take it off. We'll take out the trade there. Previous day high, in my opinion, is in the scopes. Quite a way, huh? We have the body here. Like, I think these two levels are in the scopes. That specific green line, I think this is somewhat a previous day new day opening gap or something. Yeah. Previous day new day opening gap level. I think that's in the scopes. Those of you who said this wasn't first presentation, I say joke's on you because you can see how we play today. Just joking. Joke's not on you, but I know people were hating, saying, "Daddy, it's 929 candle." Yes, it is 929 candle. You're correct. That is when it formed. The new criteria. We have an end dog here. Can we just talk about the fact that I was like about to short this, but then I pulled out because I realized I wasn't really. Did you pass the eval? No, this is a 250K account, and I'm not full porting, so it's gonna take a little bit of time, but we're getting there. We have some levels here that I think potentially we could expand to. We touched that 50-minute premium civvy, -2 almost met, so it's a good take profit for me. Yeah, nice protraction model. Only like 1.7 R because I mean on this account probably made a little bit more, but I'm too lazy to calculate, so I didn't get the best fill on alpha futures, unfortunately. I got filled on my account all the way. I got filled right here, so I should have been filled at 10. So the risk to reward when stop loss was calculated here, I was aiming for this. Let's just say stop at the body. I don't remember where I calculated from, so I'll just say the body. But that's not where I got. What I really ended up getting was 870. So 870.5. So I don't remember if I calculated it from here or here. I think it was this low because of the inversion, but so 2.4 out of full TP. So on this account it was a lot better, you can see. Let's see. Well, I can just see how much I calculated because I remember my original stop was only 17. Give me 1 sec. I want to figure out what the actual R was because I may have accidentally just under risk on that trade as well. I don't know. We actually got still 2.2 R. I just under risked. Well, I was aiming based on the fill. Based on the fill, I got filled at 870. Stop 23 points. So 23 times 2, 46. No, yeah. So because of the fill, we didn't really get the best risk reward. We got like 1.85, if I want to be exact. I wouldn't re-enter, but I'll outline a potential re-entry here. If we close above this candle, that would become a bullish order block. You could expect -1, which is right there. Which is pretty good to do the opening gap, in my opinion. It's not a bad trade there. We can taper that trade. How's chat, man? How's chat? How's everyone in chat? TP finally hit. You were in since 9:38. Oh, damn. Yeah, this wasn't a bad entry. I opted to wait for a protraction. Bad entry though, bro. Well done. What's TikTok saying? Yeah, we'll do Wordle. Are you gonna cheat it? Where did you TP? 15-minute bears for value gap and premium. You done for the day? No, I'm not done for the day. Are you done for the day? What made you change your mind on the shorts? It's not that I wasn't changing my mind on the shorts. I didn't change my mind. I was always bullish. What I did was I didn't change my mind from the longs, right? I told you guys I was gonna look for longs, and then I just saw this and I was like, kind of like considering maybe I was wrong. And I told myself I'd rather just I'm okay. If it just wants to go lower without me, it's okay. I'd rather just sit there and wait for the long. And if it doesn't form long, I had the wrong bias and I don't trade, right? And that's okay. I can live with that. I can live with that. That's what I did. I waited for the long, and I was it's easy. It's really easy to trade when you just align with your bias, right? What would I have done if it just didn't happen? If we didn't get the inversion here, I wouldn't enter. No, I wouldn't worry about that, Anthony, because I'm bullish. That's not something I would worry about if I was bullish. Caught a 1 and 3 from 740. Nice, bro. Very nice. Not Wordle, Dordle? What's Dordle? Dordle. Slipped. I mean, I got not a bad. I got a 6-8. I got a 6-8 over here. London is protected low. I'll be viewing both of those lows as protected. Yeah, in this case, I guess it would be London. But I was viewing this one as also protected because still below midnight and it gave the CISD. This one, I wouldn't like because we didn't get the CISD till just like recently, so it's hard to trust. How far are you passing? I don't like showing my P&L, but you know what? Let's see. We need to make 4,400 more. You have to make 15K to pass this account, so I'm slowly getting there. No entry above LB candle closure. I mean, right here? Are you talking about right here? Yeah, you could take this. I'm opting out of this because it's a protraction. It's formed. It's formed. You could be in this trade right now if you wanted to. 5-minute bullish fair value gap, 1-minute order block, new day opening gap, drawn liquidity. You 100% could. How high probability is it? It's not as good as this one. That entry is a lot good to cover any risk management. You can't really manage your. The reason I don't like trades like this is because you can't manage your risk. I entered on my market maker account. Yeah. Market maker account means it means when I clicked buy, the entire market moved in my direction. I was making it happen. Yeah. What is that red box? It's a 15-minute premium Sibi from previous day. So this is previous day's range. 15-minute bearish fair value gap in premium. So just targeting premium when I'm in discount. That's all simple. What do you think about shorts? I think shorts is a FOMO move. Unless you're actually bearish on the day and you were waiting for a setup from premium, then valid. But don't just short because you missed the long and now that we're in premium, you're like, it's time to short. Don't fall victim to that. Would that ranking be A plus or B? This trade right here, I'll give it like a B. Yeah, not even B. The reason I don't like this long is because one, it's being taken after the majority of the move has been missed, which I don't like taking those longs. Two, it's in deep premium. Three, and this is the main reason, you can't really manage your risk on a trade like this. It's either going to go straight to TP or SL, and you won't get to reduce risk, right? I like taking trades from discount because, well, I enter the trade like this, and price starts to trade higher, and I can immediately just bump my stop up. And I cut my risk by 75%. I was never really at risk that trade because it was a good entry, and I knew we were going to go higher, at least to some degree. Well, I anticipated at least. So I can remove my risk. I can cut my risk. I'm trying to take trades that allow me to reduce my risk. So if I do lose, I don't have to lose my full potential, like my full amount. And if I win, well, I'm making like 4 or 5 R on average. If you go back to the stats of these accounts, my losses are way smaller than my wins. It's because I continuously take trades that allow me to reduce my risk. That's all. That's all I'm doing. Are you going to enter another trade today? I will for sure be trading PM session. If we can come lower in the 1050 macro, I'll probably also go long. So like this 15-minute bullish fair value gap, for example, I like that. So we can see if we get there. And to me, this would still be one trade, right? I would just be risking some of my profits to catch another piece of the move. We have a 15-minute bullish fair value gap here. So we'll see. And I opted out because no session liquidity except for say hi, that's a stretch. Yeah, you're right. I see my mistake. I didn't realize we were in higher time frame discounts, so I was looking for shorts. We learn every day. Yeah, nice, bro. As long as you can improve every day, that's what matters. If you look at ES here, another thing that made me a little bit more confident was ES already reached midnight opening price. So to me, that's like really good sign. Like you can really frame high probability longs. Like, yo, Ryan, like if you entered at 938 on ES, like you probably weren't even tripping. 938, man, on ES just delivered like it was expected to, you know. And obviously PPI day, we're expecting expansion, so typical scenario to see this stuff. What happened? News Trump? I don't think it was news. It might have just been volatility. You know, I think we just came into discount, swept the sell side, and then we wanted to see a quick move higher. I didn't even get the partial, but I got it here. Can you tell me the time of new day opening gap? 16:59 to 18. So if we go back to yesterday, that's sorry, went too far. Sorry, went too far still. Wait, where am I, bro? Right there. Boom. Oh, it's from Tuesday. So that closing price and opening price. What I'm marking out here, by the way, it's simply just the body high on the daily chart. That's all I'm marking. The body high. In fact, I should mark this one. 938 entry on a yes is invalid. There is technically a CISD right there at 936. So it would be valid for me. 2-minute CISD is there as well. You could take that, Lori. 3-minute. 3 minutes also there. 5 minutes probably there too. Yeah, it's there. It's there. It's not clean on the 1 minute, but it's there if you switch to 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. I watched ICT new video on the first one in Roku. Loki, you can cook with that? Yeah, it's nice. The way I like to think about it, now you good, Lori. I mean, it looks really bad on the 1 minute. The way I like to think about it, Ryan, is if there would be a 30-second fair value gap here, just use it, you know? Because I know there's one there. All right, let me just double check that before I say stuff out of my mouth. Yeah. Oh, there actually isn't. What is the trade for today? Right here, bro. How many days or weeks were you trading to get equal account earlier? I actually don't remember when I got this account. It wasn't too long ago. I think I got it in the beginning of June. So it's been just June. We've only had it for June. But somewhere here. I mean, to me, it's a classic expansion. Are you done with New York? No. Like I said, I'm marking out this 15-minute bullish fair value gap. If we can trade to it, I don't mind finding a long to new day opening gap. By the way, would have been stopped out here on the trail, so really nice that we managed that position. That we may just get into the opening. This PA is even worse. I don't think it was worse. Are you gonna stop streaming in next time? What do you mean streaming in next time? Oh, I got you, Ryan. That's good, bro. Are you market ordering the break of structure, Ryan? PA was alright, but have to manage trade better. Yeah, previous day high TP. I wanted it too. But because we weren't forming any protraction models, if there was something I could move my stop to, like the first protraction model we formed was all the way up here. So, do you drive manual? No, I don't drive manual. Been trading stocks for 2 years since we took a big move for nice, bro. Yeah, I mean, I can look at my Apex dashboard. Although again, I don't usually like doing this because when I start showing P&L on all my accounts, and then it just becomes pressure. People ask me questions every single day. I don't need that pressure. I don't really care what other people think. I'm just here to trade my model every single day. And those who want to watch me trade my model every single day, call price. I'm here, you know. How do you sign into Apex? I don't understand what's going on here. Oh, it's already signed in. We've had 6 trading days on this account. I don't think it's counting today, so I guess 7. We have to make 265. What's your model? My whole model's on YouTube. Got felt pressure like a twin yesterday when he was shooting 6 threes. Bro, all I know is I'm gonna go on a run today, bro, because I need to get my cardio up. Have you heard of Funded Next? Yeah, they actually reached out for me for a partnership, but I I said no because I don't know why I said no. I didn't know. I didn't know. I just wanted to say no, I guess. 15-minute bullish. If we can get there inside the macro, higher probability trade. How many miles you running? Bro, miles? How many minutes am I running, Buzz? What you should be asking. But on a real, I don't know how many miles, but I'm just trying to improve my cardio. I just run until I get tired. How many cons on this account? It was 25. Was it 20? 25 on this account. On Alpha, I took it with only 10. By the way, I've already touched the 15-minute busy. We did. The volume imbalance in there. Yeah, we did. I still wouldn't trust it personally. Like I would rather much take the low. But yeah, you are right. We did touch the 15-minute busy. So technically, you could have went for it. But for me, it's not more so the 15-minute busy. It's the low right here. You know, like yeah, we touched 15-minute bullish, but I want to see this low get taken. But if it doesn't, it's fine. You know, it is what it is. So I'm like more focused on this low. Do you think the market wants to reach all-time highs today? I don't think it's going to reach all-time highs today, but if it does, we're going to be hella up on the stocks. I'll say that much. Why is Google down? How is Google down right now? Reg market, man. Reg market. I'll recommend you guys try out 2 trades. Good trade today. I prefer short, so took 0. Hey, man. I'm glad that you stuck with that. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow, Carl. Would you recommend trading Asia session even though the volatility is down because I'm in Australia and that's morning for me? I wouldn't recommend trading Asia, but if you learned a model, you could. Is your PM silver bullet on YouTube? No, it's not. But you know what? Since you guys stayed through the entire stream so far, I'll show you guys the PM session model yet again. Let's break down the one I took yesterday. I'll show you guys really quick. PM session model. I don't have a video on it, and I don't know if I'm going to make one, but I will teach you guys in live stream if you stay here. If you want to make the line straight, you just got to hold shift. Look, I'm letting go. I'm going to click shift on my keyboard. Boom, straight line every time. Okay, the PM session model is really simple. It's a silver bullet protraction. What does that mean? What does silver bullet mean? Silver bullet means, listen closely, silver bullet means taking a fair value gap that's going to deliver like a fair value gap in the direction of your narrative, the direction that the market is predisposed to go towards. So in this case, I was looking for a short. So the first step of the model is you have to know what you're looking for, short or long. Do not look for both. I don't do it without bias. I know some people make YouTube videos about, I don't care about that. I'm looking for a short only, okay? Very simple. That's step 1. Step 2. Step 2, it needs to trade into a bearish fair value gap. Right here. Now actually you'd mark it out like this. Doesn't matter what's the criteria for the fair value gap. It has to be in the same day. Ideally, it's on the left side of the chart. If you can see it somewhere on the left side of the chart, you're fine. The second criteria is it has to be respected. If it inversed and then reinversed the fair value gap, I'm not using it. The fair value gap has to be respected throughout the entire day. Okay? Those are your first 2 steps. Bias, and then touching a fair value gap after 2 p.m. That's respected, aligning with your buy. So in this case, short. How do you get in the trade? Now, if you wanted to, you can put a limit order. That's how most people trade the silver bullet. They just take the fair value gap, and I don't know, they do something like this, whatever, right? I don't do that because I want to still trade the protraction model, which is the same model I trade in the morning session. So I wait for an order block. In this case, no order blocks. No order blocks in the afternoon. I want to wait for an inversion. The reason no order blocks is because a lot of the time in the afternoon, you can get choppiness. And when you don't see fair value gaps form, it's a good sign of choppiness. So if I was just to see like body closures up and higher, like to me, that's just likely to go sideways. Like for example here, right? How many OBs are we getting here that are failing? So I'm not trusting any OB. So inversion fair value gaps only. So step 1, bias. Step 2, trades into bearish fair value gap because it aligns with my bias after 2 p.m. The criteria for the fair value gap, it doesn't matter what time frame. 15-minute would be like best case scenario. Like if you find something like that, that's great. But it does not matter. Literally does not matter the time frame. The only thing that matters is that fair value gap was respected. The final step is an inversion fair value gap. Again, does not matter what time frame. Is there one here on the 1 minute? No. Is there one here on the 2 minute? Yes. What was the trade I took yesterday? Well, now you know. 2 minute inversion. As soon as this candle closes. When do you enter the trade? As soon as this candle closes. Or as soon as this one opens. Doesn't matter. Where does your stop loss go? The true stop loss should be if we close above this high, the trade is invalidated, right? So where can you put it? Maybe you want to put it right here. Maybe you want to put it at the swing high. I calculated mine based on the swing high because I want it to be safe. But the true definitive point of invalidation is if we close above the body high of the swing before the inversion. That's the invalidation point. Where you want to put your stop is up to you. Maybe you're really aggressive. You want to put it right at the top of the inversion. I don't care where you want to put it. It's up to you. I'm just telling you guys where my model gets invalidated. You enter on the 2 minute inversion. Now what can you target? You can target opposing liquidity. You can target -1 standard deviations. In this case, because there's a wick, you would only cover the body. You can target a higher time frame level. It doesn't matter what you want to target. I don't care what you want to target. I target 1 risk to reward. That's it. So I didn't even aim for this low. Even though I thought this was going to get taken, I don't care. I'm just taking it at 1. And I actually had my stop over here on this trade, I think. So I got out right there. This was my trade. Can you go for more? Sure. Just because it's PM session doesn't mean you can't go for more. Why do I go for 1R? It's very simple. Which time frame FEG? Doesn't matter, bro. Any time frame FEG as long as it's respected. Why do I go for 1R? Because I'm trading on my phone and I don't want to be in front of the charts. I don't want to aim for something more. I want to get out of the trade as soon as possible. Take the trade and let it be super quick. Yeah, 10:30. Cooked. You're right. Opened. Put in a short-term low. That's the model. How do you find an order block? An order block is a down close candle when price is in a buy program, or an up close candle when price is in a sell program. You also have the change in the state of delivery, which is a down close candle or series of down close candles. This one is before the up move, but that's not the criteria. The criteria is the closure below the down close candles that swept liquidity. You're gonna backtest it? Yeah, you'll find. You should find really good success in backtest. If you want to study the model and you want to know, I would get a new bias. For the most part, it's intraday bias. The only time I would rely on a higher time frame like daily bias is if I had something in the morning and PM session didn't reach, and AM session didn't reach it. For example, like previous day's highs still open, or we have like clean equal highs that were still open. Stuff like that. Usually I'm targeting like lunch or AM liquidity as my draw. But again, I'm not holding to those levels. Which you're entering on a failed break, Ryan, or you're entering on the break above? What's the difference between order block and CISD? CISD forms the order block that causes the reversal. That's the difference. CISD is an order block. It's just the order block that frames the entire reversal, right? Any time frame, any chart, doesn't matter, right? Let's go to the 30-minute chart. This is the order block that framed the reversal, right? What is this? It's a bullish order block. The down close candles before the liquidity was taken, closure above, that's a CISD. That's a bullish order block. Valid. But what did I say? I said down close candles in a buy program. Down close candles in a buy program are also order blocks. This is a down close candle in a buy program. I should respect. 15-minute chart, doesn't matter, right? All the same. Price has to be in a trend. That's all it is. Buy program, call it whatever you want, doesn't matter. It's a trend, right? If the market's trending, down close candles should support price, right? Looks like we're going to reach that new day opening gap level. So in hindsight, we could have left something, but who cares? I would trade probably inversions, Anthony. Again, because you want to wait for fair value gaps to form, it's kind of similar to the PM session. You don't want to be focusing too much on just like CISDs and order blocks because it's very easy to get tripped up, right? It's really easy to get tripped up. CISD here, CISD there, because when there's no fair value gaps, you're only relying on highs and lows. When there's imbalances, at least you can see things a little bit more clearly. PM session starts at 1:30, but my PM session model is only from 2 to 3. From what I've tested so far, the market is usually moving either direction right before 14, and the model formed the same direction without a bias. So I haven't tested with a bias yet. Yeah, that does happen. There are many criteria where that just happens. When does the PM session start? Yep. What do you think about potential short right now in this area? I think I think you can maybe get like 1R if you find something, but I don't think you get a high. I don't think you're gonna get a full reversal. So I don't know how much risk to reward you can get on a short. 2 to 3 Eastern time. That's where I take the model. That's my silver bullet protraction model. Well, it's not my silver bullet, but it's how I trade the ICT silver bullet, and protraction is mine. I'm sure someone else trades similar to my protraction, but I don't care. It's mine. Two. You say 21818, but I don't really see what's there. 21816. You're probably on the mini. You could argue it's sus, yeah. They are equal lows, but if we're bullish, look on the left side and target equal highs. That's what I was targeting. 15-minute bearish right there. I did want this to go. I did want this to get taken, but then when I saw this, it was too clear to me that this was going to continue at least towards this high. So, but yeah, if we took out these lows, it would have been great. But again, that's just like that's just me saying if we come down here, I'm still bullish. Just because we come down here doesn't mean I'm going to be bearish, right? But once we start getting above this high and getting that breaker, it's gone. It's not coming back, right? Like once we get the breaker here, it's not coming back. Just going to crypto today. Any heads up? Yeah, get out. No, I'm joking. I mean, I don't know. I'm not the best crypto trader, bro, if I'm being honest. There's someone who's really good in my Discord. You can ask him. The giveaways Monday after stream. Do you ever go break even on PM Silver Bullet? Yep, we've taken one break even trade so far. There isn't really any criteria. If prices gets to a point where it's like, okay, if we're really not gonna hit TP here and come all the way back, just take the loss, reduce risk, you know. Nope, the PM session model can form in the entire session. Yeah, the Discord's free. PM session model can form in the entire session. But for me personally, my PM session silver bullet is only from that. EZR got one. That's good, bro. I don't really care what other traders do. Once I get down my buys and deal well close to guys level, I'll be set forever. You're a good trader, Bio. I hope you don't you ever put yourself down, bro. You know what would be a shame? You know, I saw this on Twitter the other day. I saw this on Twitter the other day, and I just realized how much of a shame this would be. I feel like there's two things going on. A lot of people don't realize, like, and I just wish these traders who I can tell have a lot of their model down. I feel like they understand the edge. They know what needs to be done. They know how to trade. They have all that stuff. And as you should, right? Everything on the internet is there. There's so many mentors. There's so many people, so many models at work. But they still think it's the model. Or they still try to blame losses. They still try to justify all their losses. They try to rationalize. They try to make reasons. Maybe they don't take accountability. Like, if you could just realize that the only issue is your attitude, like, you don't understand how much easier it gets, you know? There's nothing wrong with the model. There's nothing wrong with the edge. It's just risk management and your model, you know? Everything else is up here, man. Everything else is up here. I'm not saying you buy Hazard, by the way. I'm just saying, like, I hope you don't think you're a bad trader, right? I really would highly, very much so disagree. I think you have a lot of knowledge. I think you know how to implement it. I think it's just about repetition, risk management, and just time. Simply just time. Can you explain the new criteria for first presentation for value gap? Can you teach me silver bullet, please? Huh? I literally just explained the whole thing, bro. You're gonna have to go back in the live stream and watch it. Do you only take the PM model at 2 p.m. exactly? 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. if it forms, you can take it. What's your average daily profit and daily risk capital? I risk 0.25% on funded. I risk 0.5% on eval. If the eval starts getting close to rebuild, I'll start risking 1%. Can you explain the PM model? No, I already explained it all. You have to go back and watch the live stream at this time. I'll give you the time. We're 1 hour and 42 minutes in. So if you go to back around 1 hour 30, you can find it if you want. Yeah, we'll do Dordle. Come on, bro. What you mean, come on, bro? You come on, bro. I just explained it to everyone, bro. I think I'm gonna do it again just for you. Yeah, just known game long enough. Yeah, be picking stuff. Yeah, you're really good, bro. Oh, sorry, Ryan. I realized. Let me know from chat. Long story short, if we fail to make lower lows, a few times after 10:30, new low gets put in. Again, basically on yeah, 100%, bro. 100%. Another thing you'd probably want to consider, Ryan, which I think will be very nice to you, is ignore the wicks. Not always, because you want to see where liquidity has been grabbed, but the bodies will really tell you a very significant story, right? A really very significant story here. Once you start realizing, like, I know everyone knows they say wicks do the damage, like everyone knows it, but I don't think they realize how significant that it really is. The wicks simply just sweep liquidity. Everything else on the body really just tells the story. Like it really does, you know. Yeah, you can rewatch the VOD. It's right there. I'm not gonna. The thing is, I don't know if it's Amin or Amin, but I'm not just gonna go back to every single person and just say them all over and over again. How much have you earned? Enough money for me, bro, and hopefully more to come. Being lazy rewatching is crazy. The thing is, bro, like this is the thing too, man. I could give so many people the model. It won't matter, bro. It won't matter because there's so many profitable models out there. There's so many. It just depends what works for you. So, like I said, man, I could give you guys all the models. It doesn't really matter. I said it's all up here, bro. Said the model's really easy. The model is really easy. We ever move to live brokers or futures? I already have. He bought me a Lambo. Nice. I just took for a sweep woman version of your garden. There you go, bro. Simple as that. I promise you that's an edge. If you see a sweep, like, I don't think... Who here really knows what an edge is? Do you guys know what an edge is? Have you ever stopped using props? Probably not, as long as they're still trustworthy. You think we have a chance to catch another trade in New York session? Maybe a short inside the macro. I know it's... How many trades do you take on a day? Usually like 3 max. Yeah, I'm taking it right now. What I want you guys to understand, what an edge is simply something that's higher probability to happen than something else, right? So for example, if you see this signature in price, okay, we go below the opening price and we get a breaker coming back above. There is a higher probability that the market will continue higher off of that breaker than go lower. It's simply a probability factor. If you add features to this, like liquidity sweep, so if we're wicking on the higher time frame, on a higher time frame wick, for example, like we're forming a wick, right? That's another confluence. If we see speed here, then even more probability. You have even a stronger edge that this breaker will continue to deliver prices higher. If you see it inside a macro or inside a time like New York session kill zone, that's even better. If you have levels here like equal highs or lows that are very commonly engaged, that's even higher probability. That's an edge. I don't care about ICT. I don't care about the algorithm. This breaker block is not moving price. It's simply an edge. We opened, we traded lower. We're rejecting off a level, a previous low, and we're getting a shift higher. The edge is present. This is edge, right? This is edge. Now that we have this signature, it's more likely to go higher. That's what you're willing to risk. So all you have to ask yourself is, how much am I willing to risk to find out if this is going to go higher or lower? That's it. How much are you willing to risk? I personally risk 0.25% of my funded account because I'm willing to find out that is this edge going to present itself today or is it going to pan out today? You don't know if it's going to pan out. This could fail. It's just a probability. Not every single liquidity sweep that leads to a breaker block below the opening price when you're bullish is going to pan out. But the probabilities are in your favor. You're going to win more than you lose as long as you continue to, trade the edge. And that's it. Another thing to consider is risk to reward, right? If you take the trade at 1R, well, there's a higher probability. But if you take a trade down here, technically there's lower probability, right? So there's stuff like that. But then there's also stuff like win rate. So you just got to consider these things. Like, what exactly is an edge? And what am I looking for, right? Once you realize that you have an edge, once I realized that going below the 930 opening price and getting a CISD when I'm bullish is simply an edge, right? It's simply just an edge. It's higher probability chance of going higher than lower at this specific point in time after this specific signature and price. Whether it's an algorithm, whether it's a buy program, doesn't matter really. It's an edge. You can call it whatever you want. Doesn't matter to me. It's an edge. It's higher probability to move higher than lower. So I'm willing to risk money because I have a statistical advantage. That's it. You ever have enough because you're gonna trade the formula that you would leverage your normal amount? Yeah. Yeah, I have. Wish pudding. But I do it very rarely. Like it's really rare. Like I've done it before because I'm like, this just looks so good, you know. Like I'm willing to risk more to find out if this is gonna pan out, just because it's so stacked in my favor at this point. We are inside the macro. I've been bullish. The higher time frame is clear. We have a protected low. The CIC was clean. Opening price. Like I'm willing to risk more to find out, right? But I never really go overboard. Like if I did do that biohazard, I probably would just opt out of not taking a trade, right? I would just not take another trade that day, for example. And I still wouldn't be over risking. Like I still have a personal daily loss limit, which I would never go over, right? I would never risk that whole amount in one trade. So usually if like let's say 0.5%, I risk 0.25 on a funded, right? Mind you, my over risking is like not that much because I'm still my over risking is probably what your normal risk is, right? Or probably still less. I risk 0.25. When I go to 0.5%, yeah, okay, I'll double my risk maybe, or I'll go like 0.35, which is like halfway. So like instead of 5 micros, add a couple more in. But for me, I'm not too worried about over risking because good trades I can scale into. So I'm not worried about like, oh, I want to make more on this setup. If I want to make more, if it's a good setup, I will make more because I will be able to add positions on the trade, right? That's how I get my high risk to reward setups when I scale in. How do you integrate first presentation, FEG, your strategy? It's simply a confluence. If I'm bullish, I want to see it be above and respect. That's what I was looking for here. So if it inversed here, I would have ideally wanted to see it wait to back to get above. Just a confluence. Think of it as support and resistance when it comes to your strategy. Hey man, why don't do you need some help? No, I'm fine, thank you, bro. How much do you say looking at this at Bailey? Not that much. Market wants all-time highs. I wouldn't even mind all-time highs because I'm probably going to close another really large swing position on my personal. So to me, that wouldn't make anything bad or anything. I wouldn't mind an all-time high. Previous day's high 22094. It's coming. Is that 50% of the wick, Ryan? Well, I just realized you use ICDF. I thought you don't use this. I've done some back testing and I'm gonna start using it. But I just used both. It's like I was also looking at this. Obviously, I wasn't just like ignoring it, but I was using this too. Like I was primarily using this, so I would just use both. You don't have to mark out both, but I would pay attention to it. Because I was backtesting it today. I saw it. It was really obvious that you'd be using this one, and delivered really. I mean, it panned out pretty nicely. So I don't think it's a coincidence. Same thing I saw in backtest. How much you made in this one from start till now? What do you mean from start till now? My minor buy size. How do you calculate your risk? You have a set loss size? Nope. It depends on how many points my stop loss is. How high do you think NQ will go today? I think 22,000 is definitely in reach. I wouldn't say much more than previous day's high. That's quite extreme. 2.5 of Asia. 2.5 of Asia is pretty extreme, but it's possible. It happens in really bullish markets. So I would say previous day's high is like a near max. Like if you can get any profits in this upper portion, it's a really good profit level in my opinion. Yeah, it's a really good profit portion in my opinion. Go back to me on live. I'll let them until you say next year. No, I know, Ryan, right? I know. I had to close the trade. Like I said, I would have left runners here, but on this account, I can't. There's some of them have consistency, and some of them have like a live trailing drawdown. Protraction model, yeah, but it's on YouTube. Are you done for the morning? Yeah, I wanted to take another long to new day opening gap. Simply did not form. I mean, you could have argued it formed right here at 11, but that's hard to trust when there's no wick and it just goes up right at 11. Great trade for twin. How's this week for you? Anything even adding to the journal? Nope, the journal. I'm really happy with the journal, guys. It's not gonna change. I think this is probably. I know I say that every time, but I really like this journal, so we're probably gonna stick with it for some time now. I get the economic calendar in. I get the models in. I kind of want to give myself a 9, simply because I probably could have left more conviction in my runners. 9.5. I like the satisfaction component. I like how clean and organized it is. Yeah, I like the daily outlook that I'm able to input. It's a really good journal. If you want the journal, message me on Discord. I love this chat. I like this chat too, bro. Yo, I haven't been getting trolled. I mean, I don't know. Was anyone here in chat while I was trading and my chat was minimized? Were there trolls? I feel like I haven't gotten much trolls lately. Usually it's way worse. It's probably because I've been winning. That's probably what it is. Do you ever portray? Yeah, it's all on YouTube, bro. Buying or selling? We already took longs, bro. I'm done for the day. I'm the guy on your Discord who knows how to trade crypto. Oh, what's up, trader? Nice channel, bro. I do like the performance grading system. Like the stats. Yep, I like the satisfaction thing. For sure. Because then I have something to aim for, you know? You get value. I mean, listen, my goal is simply just to trade my model every day in front of you guys. Try to demonstrate as good mental control as possible for those of you who like my model. Yeah, I don't mind teaching it to you guys. But I don't really care if anyone uses my model or not. See that again? You buying? No, I'm saying I already took longs, brother. And I don't know how much juice higher this has left in it, so I don't think I'll be taking anything. Your consistency is amazing. Appreciate you, bro. You only trade NAS 100? Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I'll trade the ES sometimes, but it's the same. Are you profitable? I would say so. Bro, I couldn't see the SMT comps on the thank you set up today. Do you have both charts open at the same time? What do you do to calculate ticks for risk? So when I'm entering the trade, look at my screen. I'm clicking shift. So I'm trying to see where I'm gonna enter as I see the setup forming. So because I know exactly what I'm looking for. So I told I said it before. If we close above the inversion, I said I was gonna take this risk. I was gonna take this trade, sorry. So I'm calculating what's the stop loss looking like. I see 17, 23, so I know it's gonna be around a 20, 24-ish points stop loss. So what am I gonna do? 24 times 2 is 50. 50 times whatever is how many micros I need to trade. What do you mean I would say so? I mean, some people would probably disagree, but I would agree. I'm consistently making more money than losing. That's profitable in my eyes, but I don't really care what anyone else thinks. You took the 10 a.m. FEG being inversed? 10:03, yeah. Yeah, we can do Dordle in a bit. I have $500 in my funded. Please save me. How'd you lose all the money in the funded? I'm curious. Win rate? In what period of time? My win rate in June is really high. I'm at like 80 right now, I think. But that's June. Usually my average is around 60. Everyone I follow on YouTube was looking for shorts. It took a long later once. I looked for new channels and found you. Took a long new subscriber. I mean, sure, if you want to follow me for that reason, that's fine, bro. Who was shorting it? A lot of people were bearish, but I don't know why. We already took out Monday's low. I can understand shorting to Monday's low, but I mean, it's still a bullish market. So it's kind of risky shorting. Just a bullish order block. I don't know. Who knows? From inconsistency? Yeah. Best books you recommend? Number 1 book, in my opinion, Trading in the Zone. Number 2, I'd recommend Market Wizards. What market is this? Nasdaq. Made 712 on both my XFA longs. Let's fucking go. That's good, bro, but don't get too excited, right? It's more important than everything else, not just the P&L, right? You could have made $2, and it still could have had a better trading day. Probably because of the equal lows with London and data low. Yeah. A lot of people trade like that. It's just a pattern, though. You speak Portugal? Yeah, you're funny, huh? This guy's funny. He was here. That's funny. That was a funny comment. I'm working on it, bro. I'm working on my Portugal. How do you look at midnight open and 8:30 open when forming? I just use them as premium and discount levels. Think about it like this. Every time the midnight opening price is hit or 8:30 opening price is hit, Algo resets. Program's gonna start. Buy or sell. How did you mark out the SMT on this thing you set up? How did I mark it up? The only correct way. Right there. What do you think of limiting 21938? Buy, limiting buy? You could do that. And I don't trade like that nearly at all. So I mean, you could if you want. What's the indicator that's showing the zones? It's called ICT kill zones and pivots TFO. Marks out the opening prices for me, so I don't have to. Do you generally think it's easy for someone to get their first pay once they backtested a model for a good amount? Bro, let me talk about this. People think, like, people will blame their psychology, which I can admit probably most people, their issue is it's all up here. But if you haven't backtested and journaled and collected data and practiced your model and understand how you, not how to manage risk, how you need to manage risk, how are you going to blame your psychology? You haven't even done the work that's going to help you get there. You can't skip those steps. You can't skip those steps. It simply needs to be done. Backtesting needs to happen. Journaling needs to happen. Data needs to be collected. Risk management for your trading needs to be, you need to figure that out. You can't manage risk the same as oh, Gatie, what should I risk on this? I don't know how much, I don't know how you trade. I don't know how much you're willing to lose. I don't know how often you trade. I don't know what type of profits you aim for. I don't know how long you trade, the frequency, the probability of the setups, your stats, your average. How am I supposed to tell you how much to risk? The fact that if you've ever asked someone, no offense to you guys, and I'm more than happy to help anyone, but if you've asked someone, how much should I risk? You don't know your model good enough. Now, if you're trading my model, okay, it's a little bit different. But if you've had to ask someone, how can you ask someone? How much, like, I guess you can ask someone, like, okay, what's a good standard? Like an easy, because you have to start somewhere, right? So, okay, I apologize for those people who need to start somewhere, but you need to figure out how much you need to risk for you, right? It's for you. It's not, no one else should, like, you got to go based on how you trade, how often you trade, the probabilities, how much you're comfortable losing, how much you want to aim for. You know, it's different for every single person. There's no right answer. So you need to understand what your model can give and how much you're willing to pay to find out and how aggressive or passive you want to be. You know, that's you find that out. You find it out in backtest and journaling. There's no other way to find that out. If you made millions, I'd reinvest in my stock account. And I would reinvest in my stock account and I'd buy a house. Like if I made millions right now, or like I was just making millions. As a beginner, risk $100 a day, make $125 by using scalping. Yeah, I mean, you sure, but that's not a bad idea. What times you want to do risk closer to 2,500 by week 12? Yeah, it's possible. If I have to set a TP, give me less than 1 hour. If I give it less or tighten my stop. What do you mean a set TP? Like you're aiming for 1 hour, or you have like a level? What is your RR? I mean, right now I'm averaging like 2 to 3, but it depends. You say, what would I do to enjoy? Man, all I want to do to enjoy life, bro, is have a family with a nice house, swimming pool, basketball court, nice ass barbecue. That's it, bro. That's all I want. I don't need anything else, bro. We were above midnight. Why would you go to for fun if you can just get a 2K account and trade with high leverage? I have more than a 2K account, bro. Crazy entry, bro. Drawed. Sorry, what do you mean? Fresh haircut? Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, and fresh haircut, yeah. Having millions sounds boring for you. I like the struggle. That's why I don't want. Yeah, man. More money, more problems, bro. Like, I don't want that shit. Can the price hit previous day's high despite that I thought Wednesday made the high of week? I think previous day's high is possible. I'm still bullish higher time frame. I mean, like I said, a lot of people, I even saw this on TikTok. A lot of people were bearish just because of the wick. That's not confirmation, bro. There was a wick here. We undid it right there. There's a wick here. We undid it. You gotta standard order flow. For me, when I will start looking for lower prices, if we invert this daily fair value gap, just because we're consolidating, doesn't mean we're bearish. If we invert this and we start getting closures below, to me that confirms lower prices. When I say lower prices, I mean maybe the sell side level on the daily, or maybe this low here. But like I said, order flow is still bullish. That's there's no reason to be bearish on the higher time frame. So I was, even though you could potentially frame shorts, there was nothing bearish about the higher time frame. Yeah, there is a bearish. Yeah, you're right. You're right. There is one here, right? 100%. To me, that's just a target, though. Right? That's just a target. 50% a target. That's what I was aiming for yesterday. That's what I would aim for higher time frame. What time you trade PM? Just 2 to 3. For real though, like money can't buy happiness. Like I know why be rich and sad when I can be broke and sad. Hilarious. How do you mark out midnight opening price? The indicator does it for me. It marks out midnight opening, 8:30 and 9:30, so I don't have to do it myself. Oh, what time you trade? Yeah, 2 to 3. You find it much easier to sell than to go bullish, but hopefully pay it like this tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah. Fair play, brother. Why would you go for? Yeah. Would you risk heavy on evals? I risk 0.5% on evals, and if I don't pass if I don't get close to passing within 2 weeks, then I'll probably up my risk. Some people, some people I saw were bearish because. Let me confirm this 4-hour CISD. Yeah, true. We did take out the previous day's high there. It's at 4-hour, but then we took out sell side. So I mean, you just have to ask like, okay, sure, we're bearish, but how long are we bearish for? You know, what's bearish? Bearish on the daily? No, I don't know about that, right? Well, no one like shifting on the daily is a big thing, right? Shifting on the daily is a big like I would demand a CISD or a breaker or something. So sure, yeah, I mean, you can see the 4-hour, but I mean, yeah, sure, the 4-hour was bearish. We swapped sell side into a 4-hour bullish trade value gap, and I don't know if we got a discount, but we came pretty. We got a discount. All right, that's is that not enough? Doesn't mean we're gonna start taking out these lows all the way down here, right? We could have, but I would have demanded more, which is what I said going in the morning. Like going into today, I said I'm bullish. If it starts showing me that it's really bearish, and I say really bearish, like we're getting lower lows and we're start looking at stuff like down here, okay, then maybe I'll take a protraction model short. True, they missed the FAG. Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly. I mean, I didn't even see that earlier. I just saw it right now because you mentioned the 4-hour. I don't even need the 4-hour for me. To me, it's as simple as this. As long as we're still respecting this inversion, there's nothing bearish about this market. And remember, this is all because we have bullish order flow. We've been bullish. So I'm not trying to pick the top here. I'm not gonna be the one who says, "Oh, this is the high. We're gonna start taking sell side." How do you know? We haven't even shifted yet. Just because this wick, it's a 100-point wick, man. It's like nothing. 100-point wick. We have the same 100-point wick on the downside. So like, I don't know. That's just me. What do you think now? I think lunch should probably retrace and run on some of this liquidity. I mean, that's typical for lunch. Maybe this low looks nice. This low is standing out, obviously. Some people see yeah. Well, looks like we'll probably call it wraps there. I appreciate you guys coming through the live stream today. Top step safe. You're good, bro. Yeah, lunch macro retracement idea. Appreciate you guys coming through. There's 3 more days in the giveaway. 3 more days. Do not message me after and say, Gatie, I got an account. Can I enter? No, you cannot. 3 days left. Yeah, we'll do Dirtle right now. This is what you win. If you use my code, you have to message me. Some of you are using my code, but you're not messaging me, so I cannot add you. So I don't want you to come back and be like, oh, but I used your code. I've told you guys every single day on live stream. Message me if you use my code. I will add you into the giveaway. So if you message me, you get added. There's about 40 entries right now, and we have 3 more days. Look chart. I don't trade passive. Let's do a Dordle. I don't know what a Dordle is, but we can do it together, guys. Let me make sure this is not something scammy and. Dordle. What's Dordle? Well, this looks way too complex, bro. What is this? Okay, is this 1 word or 2 words? What's going on? Yo, guys, help. Okay, so the first word. Wait, is it the first word has Y or P, or any word has Y or P? Like, are these, do I view these as two separate ones, or what's going on here? I need some information. I need some information, guys. Yeah. Wait. Yeah to what? Like, I see the. So this one. So we're pretty much done this one. So like, so the first one's P. Okay, well, let's use an E. Let's. I think super is a good. No. Let's use S. Let's go S. Let's try to use S, U, and E. Suede. Ooh, ooh. No. I want to use S and E and R. Let's just go. Anyone know a word with S, E, and R? S, E, and R, guys. S, E, and R. Rest. Rests. Shit, there's no E. I don't trade this time, Mosab. It's past my time. Okay, what are we working with here? We have a Y, S, P, H. Y. That should be easy. It's wait. It's P, S, Y. Okay, it's psych. The first word is psych. The second word is damn, word. So maybe A is the first letter. Can it be AI? Or A is probably down there. It probably is like XINAN. So like what would that be? Like it's probably XI, like something like whatever the first letter is, I don't know. And then XAN. But I think the word ends in AN. So what ends in AN? Serban? Seven? Let's try to use. Ah, no, we need to use more letters, bro. We gotta use more letters. We only have. There's two vowels. K, B. Can we use like D, F? Like, there. Shit, are we gonna lose? I don't want to lose, bro. Fence? Does wait? I don't want to put the word in. We are now bearish. I mean, like I said, lunch is likely to move lower, but I wouldn't aim for much. Dunks, DU. No, I don't want to put the N there. But that would give us D. That would only give us D, bro. Dance? No, dance is not a good one because we know the N is not. We know it doesn't end in C. We gotta figure out. Okay, let's just do this. What word? X I. What word is like this? It ends in AN and has an I in the middle. Does anyone know any words? Anyone know any words that go like this? Like Dylan? Like is Dylan a word? Dylan? 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 Zyban? Zyban? Like what word ends in ban, bro? What word ends in ban? Otherwise, unless it doesn't end in ban. Villain! What? Oh, there's an I, bro. Oh, come on, bro. You hyped me up, bro. That was a good one, though. That was a good one. That was a good one. We got so excited. I think it ends in AN, guys. Someone said Titan. It's not Titan, but it will tell us where the A and N are. I knew it ended. So we're screwed because I already knew it was like this. I already knew it was like this. Okay, but at least now we confirmed it. So what word ends in N and has an I in the middle? I already knew it was like that. So what word? It's not Q. Willin, widen, widen. Wyvin. I don't think it starts with W or Q. There's probably like a D. Did fan. Biden? Shit. Biden? Really? Oh. Biden. Wait, Pylon. No, there's no P. Good job, Mossad. I knew it was XI Benge. We're not gonna get it, man. I don't know the. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know the word, man. Like I don't know it. I don't think anyone in chat knows it either. Yeah, I'll try it. Gaiden? No, man. I'm just guessing at this point. Vivin? Wait, there's no L. Alright, bro. Let's just go one by one. Let's just go one by one. Daiden. Daifen. Daigen. Wait, what if it ends in Xiuan? Is there a word that ends in Iuan? Someone said kitten? Wagon. Wait, wagon? Bro, that's not even a real word, bro. Dive in? Divan? What does that even mean, bro? Borrowed from French. Look how many random. It's not even a real word. We weren't gonna get that, guys. It's not even real English. A couch or sofa? Sofa? That's not even true, bro. They just made that up. It means sofa. Is anyone here an interior designer? Can anyone confirm? We got the word. It says it gave us the word. Human wouldn't work, no, because the I has to be in the middle. And there's no M. But it's not a bad guess. There's no H either there. Divin comes from Latin. Yes, that's true. It's sofa. Scam word, bro. That's scam word, bro. Let's just do Wordle, guys. Let's just do Wordle. If someone gets it first try, they're human. They're the. I mean, oh, you know what? Let's go human. Let's go human. Boom. Oh, we're screwed, bro. Okay, there's R. So we're thinking like DAR potentially, or like. What are we thinking, boys? Darks. That would tell us where the A and R is. That's a good word, bro. Okay, hold on. Let me think about this. You're telling me the A is in the middle? So it's like it's Drake. Drade. Drade. So, oh, we might have screwed up because, yeah, I think we might have screwed up there, guys. So hold on though. Well, we have some good information, bro. D and A, we can still get it, guys. We can still get it. The D is the first one. A is the third one. Let's just go under the assumption that it ends in R. Didar? So we still need two more letters, bro. Let's assume it ends in R. We need another vowel. Let's just go I. Let's just say it's like that. Oh shit, man, we're fucked. No. Dwarf? Yeah, I wouldn't have got that shit anyways, bro. Don't worry, guys. We weren't gonna get that shit. There's no way. I don't even use the F and W, bro. Damn word. One more. Alright, we're doing the daily wordle, the last one. First word, guys. Who wants to give the first word? I don't use FW. Yeah, bro. Quirk? I don't really know. Someone said crane. Let's get some more letters. Let's go ghost. Alright, we already have 3. I'm thinking it's lymph, bro. I'm not putting lymph, bro. What's that? A? H N horns? We don't have O, R, or S, bro. So I don't know how useful. We'll have to save that one. Someone said lumps. There's no S. We can eliminate some more letters. That's not bad. We got an M. This could tell us potentially where the H is. Ooh, ooh. So it's HXMEN. Human. What? Oh, there's an E there. Oh, I'm tripping, bro. Wait, no, surely we got it. Surely we got it. It's HXMEN. It's Hyman, bro. Yep. Biohazard, but with an I. It's too easy, bro. Alright, let's just check what Quirtle is. I don't want to stop. It's too fun. Should we do this, guys? Oh my god, I'm cooking. Hold on. We already know what the first word is. The first word is literally right there. Wait, there's a time limit? Pinch. No. Punch. Okay, we got the first word. Second word, B-U blank. Next word is P-E. Bro, we got peach. Oh my god, we're so cooking, bro. Then we know there's a B. Let's go. We got B-U. I think it's like B-U-X-E. Buxel? Bundle? Buns? We're cooking. Bureau? Not too many letters. Let's just get some letters out. We still have a lot of guesses. Let's go like D. Let's try to get D-L, like J-A-M-L, like what? Jamal? Fuck. Birch? There's no C-H or R. So I think we gotta save it. We know it's B-U. Can we just get some letters out? Like T, D, like... Does anyone have a good word? T, D, L, like melt? Okay, there's an E and an L. So we know it's B-U blank. Probably ends in E-L. So, buddle, budgel, buckle, bubble. Oh. Butter. No, there's no T. No, it's not butter. Buns. It has to have I. There needs to be an I in this word? No, but there's already E and U. Look, I'm pretty... Unless it ends in L-E. But it could end in E-L. Budgel, buckle. No, it probably ends in L-E. We're trying to get this bottom left one now. Bottom left. I think, okay, we have 3 more guesses. Let's just use our letters. Let's use our letters. See if, can anyone get a word with like D, F, and G? We could do fight. That at least gets us G and F. We could do deafen. No. If we could get like fudge, that would give us F, D, and G. I think we do a fudge. Okay, there's a G in the word now, and the E's at the end. That's very good information. And the first word ends in FU. So hold on here. Hold on. B, U. It's Bugel. And we have one more guess. Wait, we have two more words? No, we already got that one. We have one more word. And we know it goes F-U. And all we know is there's an R? We're cooked because there must be two R's. Unless it's Q-U. Oh, fuck you, bro. Like, Fury? It could be Fury. It could very well be Fury. Because we know, listen, there's either two U's or a Y. Do you know any words with two U's and an F? No. It could also be funny. But hold on, let's go back and see the R's. Where did I use R? So R is not the second one. It's probably, someone said Führer? No, there's no E there. There's no E there. It has to be Fury, bro. We won. We won, guys. We won. Yo, that was sick, guys. That was sick. We actually cooked. Wow. Bro, we can't, I can't believe we got Punch. We got Punch and Peach in 3 words. That was crazy. That was really sick, bro. We should do this again tomorrow. That was fun. That was fun. I wouldn't trust this, to be honest. It should have already went up from here. The deeper tracement. But who knows? None of my business. None of my business. None of my business. I don't have any levels marked up here. So we'll mark out this. So that's what I'm looking at. Then obviously we have previous days high. So I will trade the PM session. I will tell you guys in the Discord yet again. I'll trade PM session 1R. If we get that, that'd be great. I appreciate you guys coming through. Again, the giveaway is in 3 days. If you use my code, you have 3 more days. If you use it, let me know. I will add you guys to the giveaway. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys live tomorrow, exact same time. In the Discord, the free Discord, it's not paid. I'll let you guys know if I take a PM session trade, and we'll keep journaling as always. Appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys live tomorrow.